Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Higurashi When They Cry Chapter 3. In the last episode, we started off the school day having our bento cook-off showdown between the club members, and long story short, I won and lost the contest, along with Rika and Satoko. But during the whole thing, everybody was making fun of Keiichi's bento box with how it looked and all that stuff. All the while, everybody except him, Rika, and Satoko were aware that the person who actually made Keiichi's bento box was actually Satoko herself. So Satoko basically felt indirectly insulted with all the mean remarks that everybody during the contest was making towards Keiichi's bento box. So Keiichi decided to use some of his usual bullshittery to defend Satoko's honor. Indirectly, of course. And, well, he managed to succeed. Only to end up coming clean along with Satoko and Rika with the kind of crap with the crap they pulled during the contest here, and all three of them basically faced the punishment game together. That being to go piss off Chi-sensei by insulting her and her love for curry. Unfortunately for me, the result was kind of anticlimactic. I was expecting more than how it ultimately played out. Anyway, after that, Satoko and Keiichi decided to go to the supermarket to buy Keiichi some groceries, so they could make Keiichi and herself another meal at his house. They did just that. They bonded a little more, and then Satoko went home. So, that was pretty much the gist of it. Oh, I almost forgot. Keiichi's parents are coming back home, probably in this episode. So, rather than having Satoko show up to make Keiichi dinner while his parents were away as before, Keiichi has chose to offer to come over and visit Satoko next time either of them wants to spend some time together after school. So, whether or not that'll actually happen this episode, or hell, later on in this chapter at all, really, that remains to be seen. But before we get to all that stuff, we have a new tip to get through. Specifically, a tip involving more Trap Course shenanigans. Satoko's Trap Course Intermediate. I could see Tomota-kun and Okamura-kun walking over to the gym storehouse. They needed to get the bag of lime used to make the lines on the court for our next gym class. They were on duty today, after all. But, in that storehouse, a terrible trap was awaiting them. You know, on this side, a trap for once is really thrilling. If you realize that has the true pleasure in setting up traps, then you have the potential yourself, Keiichi-san. The two of them fumbled around the gym storehouse's lock. With the gym storehouse lock. Oh? What's this? Okamura-kun pointed at part of the door and started whispering to Tomota-kun. Then, realizing something, they both jumped away from the door.
Oh, Satoko.
Oh. Satoko, I think they found out. Did we mess up? I highly doubt it. I'd calculated that they would notice the trap at the entrance. And of course, I've calculated what action they will take now. According to Satoko, after they noticed a suspicious trap on the door, they would go around and try to get in through the back window. And just as she prophesied, they went around to the back, and just as she'd prophesied, they climbed up, opened the window, and tried to sneak in. Wow. Amazing. Everything's exactly like you said. It got them! What did they fall into? Some kind of flower-based landmine? An explosion of pure white line burst out of the window. After a few moments, the two of them managed to crawl away from the window. Both of them completely white. This is the moment I lived for. It tastes like honey.
いや、しかし、よくかかったよな。
Still, it was some trap.
あんな器用なトラップ、富田くんが窓を登るとき、どこに手を置いて、どこに足を置くかとか、どこへ飛び降りるとか、そういうのを全部読まなくちゃ絶対にかからないぞ。
You would have had to know everything to set something like that up. Where they put their hands, their legs, where they jump down.
いいですかと、ケイチさん。トラップの第一歩は相手の観察から始まりますのよ。
Listen carefully, Keiichi-san. The first step to making a trap is to watch and observe the victim.
相手の行動パターンを読み、相手ならこの時こう動くというのを綿密に読み切るんですの。そうすれば必要最低限の仕掛けで最大の効果が狙えるトラップが仕掛けられますのよ。
You must scrupulously predict their movement patterns, how they'll move at any given moment. If you do that, then you can achieve the greatest possible results with only the most minimal trap. Come to think of it, before Satoko read the final move at that final moment earlier, Mion had given her high praise, saying she had the makings of a genius.
トラップは読みが全てってわけか。じゃあつまり過去に俺が引っかかってきたトラップもみんな俺が読まれてるから引っかかってたってわけか。
So it's all about reading the opponent. So then, the traps you caught me in before, they worked because you figured out everything I'd do.
ええ、
Yes.
私なりにケイチさんの行動パターンを読み切っているからかかるんですわよ。
I can see right through all your actions, and that's how I set them up.
だからケイチさんがある日突然いつもと違う癖やいつもと違うパターンになってしまったらかからなくなってしまうわけですわね。
So if one day you suddenly started having different habits and behavior, I wouldn't be able to anymore. You mean like if something were to happen that would make Keiichi go off the fucking wall paranoid, like in chapter 1? That kind of different habits and behavior? Bragging that she could anticipate everything I'd do. That was kind of mean.
よし、じゃあさ、
Okay,
なんかゲー
then.
ムをやってみろ。
Let's play a game now.
サトコの読みが当たるかどうか試してみろよ。
I want to test whether your predictions are accurate.
いいですわよ。ケイチさんは特に読みやすいですから朝飯前でしてよ。
Yes, that's fine with me. Keiichi-san, you are practically easy to get a read on. I could do it before breakfast. When we went back to the classroom, Satoko tore off pieces of paper and wrote something on the back of them, making 3 cards. Of course, I didn't know what she'd written.
この中の1枚を引いてごらんなさいませ。外れを引かなければケイチさんの勝ちですわ。
Please, pick one of these cards, Keiichi-san. If you do not pick one that says you're a loser, you will win. And I bet all the cards have you're a loser on them, right?
よし、挑戦してやるぜ。部活で鍛え上げられた俺の感性で見事
Great,
打ち破って
you're on! The club has built up my sensitivity to this stuff, so I'll smash right through your predictions! Somehow I don't think you're sensitive enough. Satoko smirks and holds out the 3 cards. Set your mind to full power by claiming it, Keiichi Maebara. Cool and collected is how you'll win. You could try throwing her off by grabbing all 3 cards at once. If I don't pick the losing one, I'll win. Which means if I do pick it, Satoko will win. In other words, Satoko wants me to pick the losing one. What would she do to make sure I pick the losing one? Make them all the losing one, probably. Could she even predict something like that? Statistically speaking, there is some rule. Isn't there some rule that says I'm more likely to pick the one in the middle or the one on either side? And then, It hits me like a flash. This is what Mion would do.
さあ、どれを取るか決まりまして。
Now, which one will you pick?
決めたぜ。それはな、これだ!
I made my decision. And it is... this one! Huh? Huh?
何をするでございますの?
What are you doing? Grabbing all three like I told you to? I steal all three cards from Satoko's hands. That's a good boy! I predicted what Satoko would do in advance. Satoko wanted to make sure I picked the losing one, which meant all three of these were losing ones.
というわけだ。この3枚、改めさせてもらうぜ!
And that's how I knew. Allow me to look at all three. I flip all three cards face up, and on each one there is a single word. You're a loser. Well, she managed to outmaneuver both of us, Keiichi. She's got more brains than the two of us combined.
なんだこりゃ。はずれ。
What is this? You're a loser.
外れ。
Huh?
つまりはそういうこと。1枚しか取らなかったなら、外れにはならなかったということですわ。
It means just what it says. If you had only chosen one, you wouldn't have lost.
じゃあ、俺が3枚まとめて引くの読んでいたってのか?
What? What? Then, you predicted that I draw all three?! I held my head in my hands and fainted as Satoko reveled at the might of her abilities. Her shrill laughter echoed throughout the classroom. And then, there was a poof as line power came down upon Satoko's head. Did you manage to set a trap for her, Keiichi? I looked to see Tomota-kun and Okamura-kun, all in white. No, it's just those two. Dumping a whole bag of lime powder on her, getting their revenge.
What? いきなり何をなさいますのですか?
What?
お二人とも。
What are you suddenly trying to do, you two? I demand a solid white Satoko sprite!
どうやら誰が罠を仕掛けたのかは問答無用ってところだな。
Looks like there's no use talking to the person who set this trap.
失礼でございますわね。どこに証拠がございますの?
Well, excuse me! Would you happen to have any proof?
それに、罠
Well,
に品のない言い方をやめてほしいですわね。
Satoko, is there anybody else in this school at all who loves setting traps as much as you do? Or sets traps at all, for that matter? And I'd like it if you didn't call it something so inelegant. A trick!
より優雅に、トラップと呼んでほしいですわ。
I would prefer it you call it something more refined. A trap! Please. I used a completely wrong tone for trap. That being said, these two pretending to be tough, not only that, but staying still completely blank and silent. But anyway, ignoring what happened before, having someone chase you with their mouth full of lime in such a way they can't even speak. Yeah, that would be scary even for Satoko.
ケイチさん、助けて。
Keiichi-san! Help me! Well, you did beat us both fair and square, so I would help you out. But Keiichi is kind of my legs, so... Our underclassmen crashed around the classroom in furious combat, getting white lime everywhere. And you're all gonna have to clean it up. Hey, Satoko, why couldn't you see this coming exactly? Maybe she was distracted by you. At the time, I hadn't seen something coming too, though. The teacher coming to me afterward and giving us all a stern talking to. Well, that was short and fun. Apparently, even the trap master can be caught off guard once in a while. So, what's going to be awaiting us today on this lovely school day?
Oh, そうなんだ。
Oh, really?
ケイちゃんの親、帰ってきたんだね。
Your parents came home, huh?
栄養剤臭がプンプンして目は充血してて。
They smelled like energy drinks, and their eyes were all bloodshot.
どうも丸二晩徹夜で相当の修羅場だったらしい。
They said they had a crazy amount of stuff to do, and were up 2 whole nights in a row. Good God, what the hell were they doing exactly?
大人は大変だ。
Adults have it tough. I don't think most adults have it that tough. What do I know?
ケイチ君のお父さんって画家さんだったかな。
Your dad is an artist, right?
画家さんも大変なんだね。
They really do have it rough.
そういえばそうでしたわね。
Come to think of it, he was, wasn't he?
一度どんな絵を描くか拝見したいものですわ。
I would very much like to see what kind of things he draws sometime. An artist, huh? I'd seen a number of watercolor and acrylic paintings on display, but he had to have been doing some other job too. Just what did Dad do exactly? Maybe he works for Umbrella. He didn't let anyone to his workshop after all. I wanted to sneak a peek one day.
結局家を開けたのは二晩。
So the house was empty for 2 days after all that.
短い攻略期間だったね。
That didn't leave much time. For what?
で
So,
ケイちゃんは異中のキャラを攻略できたのかな。
Kei-chan, did you manage to go after the character who was in your heart? And if I did, hypothetically speaking, and if it was someone other than you, would you object to that in any way?
両親不在はギャルゲー主人公の基本だしね。
The absence of parents is a must-have for a eroge protagonist. You play eroge games, Mion?
好感度をいっぱい稼いでちゃんとフラグが立ちましたですよ。
He built up a lot of relationship points and raised all the right flags. Rika, how do you know about these things when it comes? How do you know about these statistics of eroge games? Although I guess those could also apply to dating sims too. In general, dating sims in general. I have no idea what any of you are talking about. You're so dense, it makes me want to sob.
じゃあこれでケイチ君ももう自炊しなくてもよくなっちゃったんだね。
That means you don't need to cook for yourself anymore, Keiichi-kun.
ゆうべは何を作ったのかな。
What did you make last night? Last night? In the end, I didn't make a single thing myself.
ゆうべは野菜炒めを。
Last night's dinner, well, it was vegetable stir fry.
おお、
Wow!
ケイちゃんも少しは料理らしいものを作れるようになったじゃない。
Kei-chan, you can make a little bit of real cooking now, huh?
野菜炒めを作ったんだね。
You made vegetable stir fry?
美味しくできたかな。
Did it come out good? Did it?
レナさん、暑苦しいですわよ。
Would you all stop talking about Chinese food? You're making me want to make some myself. Reina-san, you're being unpleasant.
なんで私にベタベタくっつきますの？
Why are you clinging to me? Because she probably finds you cute right now? A delicious meal and friendly dishwashing together.
いいのい
Yep, she's in cute mode. Oh, how nice, how nice.
えい
Hey!
暑苦しいと言ってますのよ
I said you're being unpleasant.
何の話？
Huh? What are you talking about? Mion, utterly confused, asked me for clarification, but I just barely, albeit transparently, averted my eyes.
そうそう。
Right, right!
みんなさ、今日の午後に予定はあるかい？
Does anyone have plans for this afternoon? I'm gonna go hunting for Godzilla.
ないよね。あるわけないよね。
You do you? You don't, do you? Do you? Today was Saturday, the beautiful day in which we were liberated from the confines of school in the afternoon. Actually, the school in Hinamizawa had slightly different Saturdays than those in the city. There were a lot of students here who brought a bento, ate it at lunch, and then went to play in the school or around the schoolyard. You could say that the entire school turned into a children's playground. There were mountains behind the school, and if you went down that way, you'd find mountain streams. You could avoid the strong sunlight and make conversation in the classroom if you wanted to. You could also play hide and seek in the construction pipes. Of course, you were free to go home as well. There were some kids who went home and helped water the fields or tended to stores. If Mion was bringing up the afternoon like this, then it must have been for some big crazy club event. However, sadly, I had something I needed to do before taking part in whatever it was.
お仕事ですか
You have work?
ついてないのです
That's unlucky.
何の仕事でございましょうね
I wonder what kind of work it is.
お父さんの画家の仕事のお手伝いとか
Maybe helping his father with his artwork job. By doing what? Moving his canvases for him?
お父さんの絵のモデルになるとか
Or being a model for his father's art?
モデル
A model?
ヌード
A nude one? What do I even say to that? I guess apparently, how? I looked into Reina's eyes and saw myself completely naked in a questionable pose with a single rose in my mouth?
ないない
No, no.
それだけは100万積まれても絶対にない
I wouldn't do that for 1,000,000 yen. How about 1,000,001 yen? To get rid of Reina's delusions, I grabbed her head and swung it from side to side.
やめて
Stop!
とまあ
Sorry.
愉快な妄想は置いといてだ
Leaving your fanciful delusions aside,
とにかく俺にはちょっとお昼に仕事がある
I have something to do real quick during lunch.
それが終わってからの合流でいいなら OK だぞ
I'm okay to meet up with you after I'm done, though.
お昼に仕事？
Work during lunch?
おー。
I see.
そりゃなんだかかっこよさげじゃない。
That sounds kind of cool, actually. To me, that sounds the exact opposite of cool. When I'm having lunch, I want to have my peace and my meal. Working during that, that's just cruel.
なになに？
What could it be?
ひょっとして各界の VIP との会食？
Are you having a banquet of VIP experts? There is no very important person on this planet, well, save for maybe a few, I guess, that I would sacrifice my lunch, sacrifice my lunch up for, and work for them during said
ビ
lunch.
ジネスランチとか。
Like a business lunch?
実に悲しいことだが
This
正解だ
is truly sad. But you're right. What? Everyone shouts wildly, surprised. It was true. Today I'd be on the job with my family. For my dad's job, he was having about 10 people from the publishing agency over for a house party. He called people from work for a party the day after having stayed up 2 nights in a row. I'm amazed at their vitality. They're probably just running on caffeine and energy drinks. Adults have it pretty rough. Of course, it would be incredibly uncomfortable for me. It'd be really tiring to have to force myself to smile at some old dudes I didn't know. But they were my dad's important business connections, so offending them would be bad. Well, if all that said, it was going to get very uncomfortable for me today, starting at lunch.
これは
Well, well,
利発そうなお子さんで
what an intelligent child.
具足の圭一です。
This is my son, Keiichi.
圭一、こちらは出版社の本田さんだ。
Keiichi, this is Honda-san. He's a publisher.
そしてこちらは印刷会社の井上さん。
And this person here is Inui-san, who works as a printer.
ご挨拶しなさい。
Say your hellos.
どうもこんにちは。
Hello,
息子の圭一です。
my name is Keiichi.
父がいつもお世話になっております。
I appreciate all you've done for my father.
圭一君もお父さんのように絵は描かれるのですか？
Keiichi-kun, do you draw pictures like your father does?
圭一君の絵もぜひ拝見したいな。
I would very much like to see them. My dad has such a brazen occupation, like that of an artist. Although, I don't really know what kinds of things he creates. I don't really care. I don't want to see anyway. Dad's so tight-fisted about it, so he doesn't show them to me very often anyway. I'm not a kid anymore, so I wouldn't care at all if they were pictures of naked ladies or anything. Really? You wouldn't care if they were. You wouldn't care at all if even if they were pictures of naked ladies? You? I find that hard to believe.
圭一君もお父さんに指示してしっかり勉強すれば、きっとお父さんのような素晴らしい作家になれますからね。
If you study under your father as an apprentice, you'd be able to become a great artist like him too.
ここだけの話ですけど、
Excuse me. This is just between you and me, but
親父ってそんなにすごい画家なんですか？
my dad, is he really that great of an artist? I readied myself and whispered my question. It might have seemed odd for his son to be asking this, but when I did, he gave me this really strange grin and tightly clamped down onto my shoulders.
ええ、
Yes,
それはもう本当に素晴らしい作家さんなんですよ。
he is truly a fantastic artist. A really strange grin, punctuated for emphasis. He could either be a really great landscape painter, or maybe he makes pictures of a more titillating nature.
そうですか。
Is that so?
それは良かったです。
I'm glad to hear it.
購入制限はないし、
There are no purchase
ファン
restrictions.
サービスはするし、
He does fan service,
ファンレターには必ずお返事をくれるし、
and he always answers the letters he gets. Yep, they must be titillating landscape pictures.
世間のニーズもちゃんと汲み取っていて研究熱心。
He has an inquisitive mind, always on the prowl for what the world needs.
靴下は脱がしたら絶対に NG。
Taking off your socks? Absolutely not.
それはメガネや制服だって同じなんですよ。
And that goes for glasses and school uniforms too.
そこを前原先生はよく理解している。
Maibara Sensei understands these things perfectly. Those must be some very interesting, titillating landscape pictures indeed.
イベントは参加ごとに必ず壁で大行列だし。
Every event sees him along the wall, with a huge lineup.
すみません。
I'm sorry, but
絵ってのは壁に飾るものじゃないんですか？
his pictures, they're not the ones you hang on the wall.
そんなことはない。
Not at all.
それは誰もが島中から始めるんです。
In the beginning, everyone starts in the islands,
そして島角、
and then to their corners,
大通りの島角と階段を登って、
and finally climbing up to the corners of the larger paths.
そして至る頂点が壁なんです。
The final destination is the famous wall.
あなたも
You too.
ぜひ前原先生と合体で出展できるような大作家になってくださいね。
You too. Please become a great artist who can display his works in unison with Maibara Sensei. I highly doubt he's interested in developing artistic talent just to give your dick some fat fuel.
応援していますよ。
I'll cheer you on. It's fine to have a lot of passion for the things you like, but I didn't get it. But it seemed like the world of art ran pretty deep. Sometimes not as deep as you think, my man. It's probably a much deeper world than I could have imagined. Not that deep. I decided to leave it at that. Then I realized my mom was calling me from the other side of the room.
Keiichi?
Keiichi, it's the phone.
お友達から
It's a friend of yours. It's gonna be either Mion or Satoko. Could be Rika too, come to think of it. A lucky break. Maybe I could get out of this uncomfortable business party by using a friend's phone call as an excuse. I scampered over to the front door and snatched up the receiver my mom had left there.
もしもし
Hello,
俺
it's me.
もしもし俺
Hey, I figured it had to be you or the other two. Hello, me.
なんて挨拶はございませんですわよ、ケイチさん。
That's not how you answer the phone, Keiichi-san.
もう少し言葉遣いをお勉強なさいませ。
I implore you, learn how to choose your words more properly. I'll use whatever vowels and syllables that come out of my throat, however I please. I was of the opinion that the person speaking to me had a far stranger way of talking.
なんだサトコじゃねえか
Oh, Satoko.
お前が俺のところに電話してくるなんて珍しいな
It's unusual for you to call my house. No kidding. Why are you calling?
のんきなことを言ってる場合ではありませんのよ。
This isn't the time for pleasantries.
それよりもケイチさん、あなたいつになったらこっちに来れますの？
Keiichi-san, when are you going to be able to come? I guess as soon as Daddy's admirers get enough admiration from his work,
悪い
his very titillating landscape pictures. Sorry,
こっちもなんだか長引いちゃってさ
it looks like this is going a bit long.
なかなか解放してもらえないんだよ
I can't get them to let me go.
俺も早く部活に加わりたいんだけどさ
I want to go do things to the club now, but
違いますですわよ、ケイチさん。
that's not it,
今日
Keiichi-san.
は部活ではありませんわ。
It wasn't about the club today.
実践ですのよ。
It's a real battle. A real battle? Satoko's voice was different from normal. I could feel the urgency in it drifting through the phone.
実践
A real battle?
なんだか穏やかな話じゃないな
That doesn't sound good.
どういう状況なんだ
What's the situation?
詳しくは後からの説明にいたしますわ。
I'll explain the particulars when we meet.
とにかく絶対的な危機なんですの。
Anyway, this is a terrible crisis.
このままでは負けてしまうでございますわ。
At this rate, we're going to lose. What on earth was going on? Maybe they're all playing laser tag. Could it have been a fight? I didn't know who they were, but laying a hand on someone from Hinamizawa was an absolutely terrible idea. Finally, something we can agree on.
おうわかった
Right. Got it.
すぐに火星に行くぜ
I'll come and reinforce you right away.
場所はどこだ
Where are you at?
沖宮小学校のグラウンドですわ。
We're on the Okinomiya Elementary School campus. What the hell are you doing all the way over there?
駅まで来れば看板があるからわかりますですわよ。
There are signs at the station, so you should be able to figure it out.
とにかく大急ぎですの。
Anyway, we're in a huge hurry. School campus. The situation could have a lot of people involved. Could have turned into an all-out brawl? Imagine a whole flock of school-age children from elementary to high school age all brawling with each other and tossing chairs at each other's faces. That is just possibly meme fuel. Who is the enemy here anyway? Oh, I'm on fire!
わかった
Got it!
すぐ行く
I'll be there soon.
武器も持って行った方がいいか
Should I bring a weapon with me?
金属バットでも持っていくか
Like a metal baseball bat or something? I was just going to suggest that, actually. Funny coincidence.
金属バットをお持ちですの？
You have a metal bat?
それは心強いですわよ。
That'd be fantastic.
お待ち申し上げておりますですわ。
We will wait for you here. The call cut off abruptly. I needed to hurry.
おう、ケイイチ、
Oh, Keiichi. Not now, Daddy!
探したんだぞ。
I was looking for you.
こちらの出口さんがな、ぜひ次のコピー紙で。
The Gucci-san here was hoping that for his next doujinshi.
そんなことより
Now's not the time.
バットないかな
Don't we have a bat?
金属バット
A metal bat?
なければ長物なら何でもいいや
If not, then anything long will do.
長ければ何でもいいなら、父さんのゴルフクラブが物置にあるぞ。
If anything long will do. And my golf clubs are in the storage room. It didn't have the same kind of impact, but a golf club was a splendid weapon too. It was lighter than a baseball bat, but maybe easier for me to use. You're so out of shape.
サンキュー
Thanks.
それ借りるよ
I'm borrowing one.
俺ちょっと友達のところに行かなきゃならない用事ができちゃったんだ
Really need to go see my friends for something. It's urgent.
ごめん
Sorry.
ケイイチ、
Keiichi,
待ちなさい。
wait a minute. No thanks, Daddy. I'm not interested in seeing how these two mountains in one of your paintings look suspiciously like breasts. I grabbed a golf club, jumped on my bike, and headed straight for town. Wait for me, Satoko. I'll be right there. Just hold out until then. I didn't actually know where Okinomiya Elementary was exactly. But Satoko's phone call seemed to demand urgency, so I rushed out without asking her about how to get there. But if I went to the station, there would be signs. At least I feel like that's what she said. Then I heard the jingling of a bicycle bell from behind me.
こんにちはなのですよ。
Hello, Comrade Rika. Hello there.
おう
Hey,
リカちゃんか
Rika-chan.
ケイイチ、早かったです。いっ
Keiichi, you came quickly.
ぱいいっぱい急いだですね。
You put the pedal to the metal. Damn. This isn't the time to be out of breath. I need to hurry.
すまん
Sorry.
沖宮小学校ってのはどこだ
Where is Okinomiya Elementary?
ご案内しますです。
I'll show you the way.
ついてくるですよ。
Come along with me. Rika-chan rode off on her bike. I followed her.
急にサトコに呼び出されたんだが一体どういうことになってるんだ
Satoko suddenly called me out here. But what on earth is going on anyway?
はじめはこちらが優勢だったのです。
At first, we had the advantage.
ところが
However,
途中から向こうが助っ人を入れてきたのです。
they called in a helper.
ズルなのです。
It's bad manners. A helper? What cowards! Calling for reinforcements the minute they realized they'd lose! Isn't that exactly what we're doing right now? But instead of calling for the reinforcements, we are the reinforcements? For the side that's about to lose?
みんなバッタバッタと打ち取られましたのです。
They're taking everyone out one by one.
歯が立たないのですよ。
We can't put a dent in them. Sounds like they were pretty strong.
とにかく詳しい話は後だ
Anyway, I'll ask about it later.
時間がないんだろ
We don't have time, right?
急いでくれ
Please hurry.
お任せなのです。
Leave it to me. With Rika-chan leading the way, we headed straight for the elementary grounds. I asked Rika-chan something during that time. It seemed that all the club members besides me were part of this fight. Damn. So what Mion was trying to tell everyone was that this would happen? If I'd known that, I would have just ditched my family job. But it was too late for regrets. According to Rika-chan, we had a one-sided advantage at the start, but our angry foes had brought in a powerful ally. A semi-auto? The club members put up a resistance and went against them one by one. But apparently they couldn't stand up to them.
部活メンバー総がかりで勝てない？
The combined efforts of the whole club couldn't win? That definitely is serious, isn't it?
一体そりゃどんな化け物なんだ？
Just what kind of monster is this guy?
すごいのです。
He's amazing.
敵は正統派なのですよ。
This enemy is orthodox. Ordinary enemy, got it. Orthodox. So they weren't using thuggish brawling tactics, but had actually studied karate or something? Is that what she meant?
もうケイイチだけが頼みの綱なのですよ。
Keiichi is our last ray of hope now. Help me, Keiichi Maebara. You're my only hope. Okinomiya Elementary came into view. I could hear many voices raising hell over there. You go get him, Keiichi! I have faith in you! Mion! Reina! Satoko! I'll be there soon! I'll crush them all at once! There were a lot of bicycles left out in front of the school. Perfect! You have weapons. Grab one and start swinging. I left mine there next to them in the same way. You goddamn fool! I could tell there were a lot of people flooding the campus. Were the two armies in the midst of a huge no-holds-barred brawl? I took my golf club in hand. Whoosh! I swung it. I felt the sensation of it striking firmly to my palm. Great. The feedback wasn't bad. I'm gonna go all out with this thing! I dashed at a breakneck speed to the school gates, swinging it around. Come with me, Rika-chan! I will show you what the mighty, manly warrior Keiichi Maebara can really do! Indeed, he can control fire! In his head, anyway. Wow.
ケイイチがとても頼もしいのです。
Keiichi, you're so reliable. If just running around swinging a golf, dang, tongue twisted. But yeah, if it was as easy as that to be deemed as reliable, then every brute in the world would be, I don't know. Fuck it, I'm just gonna continue on. I lost my train of thought. You're going to rampage with a golf club. Rika-chan applauded me, though a little dryly, lauding my valiance. The manly Keiichi Maebara put behind him and headed for the place where he may die.
でもケイイチ、
But Keiichi,
どうして今日はゴルフクラブなのですか？
why did you bring a golf club today?
仕方ないだろ。
I had no choice. Oh yes, you did. You could have taken a bike.
俺も最初はバットの方がいいと思ったんだが、うちってバットなくってさ。
At first I figured a baseball bat would have been good, but we didn't have one at my house.
素手よりははるかにマシだと思って、せめてゴルフクラブを持ってきたんだ。
The golf club is far better than going barehanded, so I brought one.
偉いのですよ。
How very excellent.
ケイイチをなでなでしてあげますです。
I'll give you a pat on the head.
ゴルフクラブで大暴れが楽しみなのですよ。
I can't wait to see your golf club rampage. Rika, your bloodlust is scaring me. Despite the emergency situation, Rika-chan reached up and stroked me on the head.
おい、
Hey!
ふざけてる場合かよ。
This is no time for jokes.
え？
Huh? Crack! Just an extremely loud metallic sound rang out, and I heard many people cheering. You know, looking at the surroundings a bit more closely, we're in a baseball field, aren't we?
Left!
Left!
抜けた
Ah, we missed.
回れ
Run!
二塁行けるぞ二塁
You can get to second base. Go!
センタ
Center,
ー落ち着いて
calm down.
三塁へ送って
Send it to third. The center fielder caught the ball, and after a brief pause, sent it flying to third base. Keiichi, I want you to play baseball with your dad's golf club. And I want there to be CG art of you swinging that thing at the ball. If he had pitched it wildly, it might get there. He gave up on second and threw to third with time to spare. The instructions from the bench, they were solid. Wait, what?
ケイチくん来てくれたよ。
Oh, Keiichi-kun's here.
さとこちゃん、さとこちゃん、ケイチくん来てくれたよ。
Satoko-chan, Keiichi-kun's here.
遅すぎですわ。
You're late.
油を売るのはガソリンスタンドだけで十分でございますのよ。
Wolfing around is only okay when you do it at the bread shop. Nice pun.
その前原君って子は本当に助っ人になれるんですか？
This Maibara-kun kid. Will he really save us?
相手はあの強豪校のエース左腕の亀田君ですよ。
We're up against that ace among champions, Kameda-kun.
甲子園クラスの投手を打ち崩せるなんて一体どんな助っ人なんです？
He can beat a Koshin class pitcher. He must be a god. So you basically summoned me here all the way from home, right while I was in the middle of dear Daddy's talks and meetings about erotic landscape paintings, just to drag me here and have me play with all your balls? I don't object to this.
大丈夫です。
It's okay.
ケイチくんならきっと逆転させてくれますよ。
I'm sure that Keiichi-kun can turn the tables.
本当に頼もしい人なんです。
He's a really dependable person. Murmur. What? He's the pitch hitter we brought in to take out left arm Kameda with his bullet fastball? The one who had one no hit no run game after another during the regional qualifiers. The undefeated demon pitcher of Ushima. The super high school level pitcher that had already been marked by professional scouts. He's going to win against him?
あんなヘナチョコピッチャーなんかケイチさんには目じゃないですのよ。
You want me to go hit a star pitcher's ball? Are you nuts? Keiichi isn't that competent! Some greenhorn pitcher like that is no match for Keiichi-san.
あんな球楽勝でバックスクリーンを越してくださいますわ。
He'll send his throws all the way to the back screen for an easy victory. Murmur. There was a slugger like that in this prefecture? I had no idea. He must have gone under the radar. Hey! That scout stood up. Hey! Take a picture. His full name is Keiichi Maibara. Look him up in the database and send his history to our office.
どれが前原圭一だ？
Which one is Keiichi Maibara?
写真
Pictures! A whole lot of sports journalists, led by Satoko, gripped their cameras tightly and searched for the rumored Keiichi Maibara. This feels more than just a simple little after-school activity. What the hell did you drag me into? As for me, I was so dazed at what was happening that I was frozen in place with my golf club up in the air.
ケイチさん、こっちですわよ。
Keiichi-san, over here!
え？
The camera people stare at me through their viewfinders. And just like I had, they turned to stone. I know. That must be a very, very magnificent golf club. Its shine must be so lustrous, so bright. It makes you drool. In the hands of their gallant pinch hitter, Keiichi Maebara was a golf club. Nobody could seem to understand why I was holding something like this. Because the enemy won't expect a golf club. And at this point, neither did I. Cheap, 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 cheap. A cold, greasy sweat dripped from me. The first one to break the inordinately awkward silence was Reina.
Keiichi-kun.
Keiichi-kun?
おう
Yeah?
一つ聞いてよろしいですの？
May we ask you a question? Please. Please don't. Psychic waves of my entreaty flowed out of my face along my sweat. It somehow seemed to reach the two of them. The deathly quiet reporters all parted, as Moses once parted the sea. But Moses probably didn't go through the parted seas this quietly.
野球の試合なら初めからそう言え
If you were playing baseball, then tell me that from the start! What?
私言いませんでした？
Did I not say that?
第一バット持ってグラウンドに来いって言ったら野球以外に何を思いつくわけですの？
I mean, I told you to come to campus with a baseball bat. What else could you have thought it was? An all-out brawl, of course.
というか何をどう間違ったらゴルフクラブを持ってくるって発想になるわけでございますの？
And what manner of thinking caused you to mistakenly bring a golf club here instead? The kind of thinking that warms its way in your head and when you look at your daddy's erotic landscape pictures and with the fact that you don't have a baseball bat ready at hand. So he had to grab the nearest alternative.
きっとね
I think
フライムードになったチームを明るくして盛り上げようとしてケイチ君がわざとやってくれたんだと思うな。
Keiichi-kun must have done it on purpose to lighten our moods and get us pumped, I think. I'm not seeing a whole lot of pumping.
思うな。
I think. Reina smiled bitterly and covered for me with all her might. Please believe her, everyone. I'm begging you.
ケイチはゴルフが大好きなのですよ。
Keiichi loves golf.
なでなで。
Pet, pet. Rika-chan started patting my head, broad grin on her face all the while. I pushed her hand away. The gasp! You push the Rika-chan's hand away? Burn this man! Grabbed her from behind by her suspenders and picked her up like a kitten.
リカちゃん
What are you gonna do?
なんでさっき駅で会った時野球だって教えてくれなかったんだよ
Rika-chan! Why didn't you tell me it was a baseball game when we met at the station?
そうすりゃ赤っ端を書かずに済んだのに
I wouldn't have had to suffer such a disgrace.
ニッパ
I think she totally wanted you to be disgraced. I had no idea you were such a sadist, Rika. Rika-chan's smile was like the sun. So incredibly innocent. Ugh. She's glowing. Well, of course she's glowing. You're probably holding her up right up to the sun. All that light's gotta shine around her head somewhere. When I saw Rika-chan's radiant smile, I couldn't help but feel like I could forgive anything she did. That's because you're weak. Your heart is not hard enough. Cold. However, if Rika-chan thought I actually would, then she'd have another thing coming.
というわけで、これはお仕置きだ。
Anyway, this is your punishment. Reina.
Me?
Rika-chan still plucked up in my hand. I offered her to Reina. I changed my... Actually, I stand corrected, Keiichi. You are cold-hearted. You are cold-hearted enough. That's right. The kittenified Rika-chan sent Reina's voltage into overcharge! I'll take her! I'll take her! Reina will take her! So cute! Hop! Spinny spinny. Reina stuck out her tongue like a chameleon and preyed upon Rika-chan while spinning her around. Wow, I think this is the first time I've ever seen a distressed facial expression on Rika's face. It's about as cute as I expected, honestly. Rika-chan's so cute! Rika-chan's so cute! Oh! Reina held her tight as a vice and began to get her fill of rubbing her cheek into Rika-chan's. Their cheeks rubbed together tightly. Rika-chan's face. It looked like it was being crushed by Reina's. Reina's neck muscles must have the force of a bull behind them.
何があったかは存じませんけど、リカが自業自得のようですわね。
I do not know what has happened, but it looks like Rika has gotten her just desserts.
ああ。
Yeah.
俺も最近ようやくリカちゃんがただ可愛いだけじゃないと悟ったぞ。
I recently found out that Rika-chan isn't only cute.
ケイチ君に許可をもらったんだよ。
I got Keiichi-kun's permission.
お持ち帰り。
I'm gonna take you home. If this is the real world, I wonder how people would react. I'd be genuinely curious. Especially with that much meeping. For a moment, I just gave her a 3-minute timeout.
ところでサトコ。
By the way, Satoko.
緊急の呼び出しってのは野球ってことなのか?
That urgent call was for a baseball game.
ええ、そうですわ。
Yes, that's correct.
ご家族でホームパーティーだったんですって。
You said you had a house party with your family?
悪いことをしましたわね。
I suppose I was wrong to ask, but...
でもこういう時は家族よりも仲間の危機の方が最優先と決まっていますのよ。
At times of trouble like these, you obviously must prioritize friends over family. I think there'd be a lot of people who disagree with you on that one. I felt like that's what I was supposed to be saying. Not you. Well, it was just a business party for my dad, I guess. I honestly felt glad to be called out here.
それでその危機的状況というのはどんな具合なんだ?
So what's the crisis situation like?
ってことは負けてるのがうちのチームってことか.
6-7. That means our team is losing, huh?
9回の裏で2アウト?
2 outs in the bottom of the 9th?
なんだ?
What the heck?
この試合もうほとんど終わりかけてるじゃないかよ.
This game is almost about to end.
ケイイチさんがもっと早く来ればもう少し余裕がありましたのよ。
We would have had a little more time if you'd gotten here sooner.
ここまで引き伸ばすのにどれだけ苦労したとお思いですの?
Do you have any idea how difficult it was for us to hold out this long?
分かったよ悪かったよ.
Alright, I'm sorry.
この仕事はなんだ? ピンチヒッターでもやるのか?
Okay, so? What am I doing? Am I gonna be the pinch hitter?
ならば任せろ.
Just leave it to me.
こう見えても俺引っ越す前は 結構バッティングセンターに通ってたんだぞ。
I may not look like it, but I went to the batting cages a lot before I moved here.
親父が憂さ晴らしに行くときよく付き合わされてさ。
My dad went there for fun, and I used to go with him pretty often.
ミートバッティングだったらそこそこの自信が。
I'm pretty confident about just hitting the bat with the ball, but I think you got it backwards, Keiichi. Room! A tremendous sound rang out, the likes of which I'd never heard before. The catcher's mitt trembled, sending up a cloud of dust, telling me the tremendous sound had come from the ball.
ちょっと待ておい。
Hey now, wait a second.
今の凄まじい剛速球は
What's up with-
一体なんだ？
What's up with that crazy fastball anyway?
驚いた？
Surprised?
うん。
Yeah.
あれ、本物の甲子園ピッチャーなんだよ。
That's a bona fide Koshin level picture.
スポーツ新聞でも有名な高校野球のエース。左腕の亀田くんって知らない？
Don't you know about Left Arm Kamada-kun? The high school ace famous in sports magazines?
悪いけど知らん。
Sorry, can't say I do.
で、ミヨン。
Wait, Mion?
お前、なんだよその格好は。
What happened to you? What do you mean what happened to her? She looks the same to me as ever. Mion showed up. And to my surprise, she was wrapped up in bandages. Those must be some really effective see-through bandages, because I can't see shit. Just what on earth happened?
途中から来た圭一君には最初から説明がいるよね。
Well, you came late, so I guess we need to explain from the beginning.
お、なんだ。リカちゃんはもういいのか？
Done with Rika-chan. Yep.
可愛いのいっぱい楽しんだよ。
I had a lot of fun. She's so cute.
ほよほよでやわやわでふにふに。
She's so soft and fluffy and squishy.
ほっぺだけでご飯3杯はいける。
I could eat just her cheeks 3 meals a day. Be glad that you're surrounded by people who actually know you, because some people really could take these remarks the wrong way.
もうお嫁に行けないのです。
Yeah, like I said, just be glad you're surrounded by people who know you. I can't get married anymore. I wonder how Rika-chan's cheeks taste if you could eat them 3 times a day. Don't you dare, man. It's not worth it. It almost flipped my own delusion switch, but I put a stop to it using logic. I was an adult. Yeah, well, there are some adults out there who wouldn't let their age stop them. Just saying. Okay, explain away.
何をどう間違えたらこんな草野球対決に甲子園ピッチャーのリリーフが登場するんだ。
How did things get screwed up enough that a Koshin relief pitcher ended up in a baseball game for fun? Everyone exchanged glances. Then, Reina spoke for all of them.
最初はね、
At first, well,
普通の野球対決だったの。
it was just a normal baseball game.
HinamizawaファイターズとOkinomiyaタイタンズはささやかながらも因縁の対決でさ。
It's nothing much. Just a little grudge match between the Hinamizawa fighters and the Okinomiya titans.
今回もささやかに大盛り上がりしてたわけ。
We were just having a grand old time. Really, nothing much.
まあ平たく言えば学校対決ですわね。
Well, in simpler terms, it was an intramural match.
HinamizawaとOkinomiyaの学校の因縁試合なんですの。
A match to settle the grudge between Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. I don't know, Mion. That doesn't sound very That doesn't sound very small to me.
因縁って言っても、まあわけあいあいとしたものなんだけどね。
We say grudge, but it's all pretty peaceful and friendly. Then you don't need to use the word grudge, man.
で、それになんでうちの部活メンバーが参加してるんだ？
So why is our whole club a part of it?
ユニフォームを着てるやつもいれば私服のやつもいるし。
Some of you are wearing uniforms and some aren't.
そもそも俺たちって野球部ってわけじゃないだろ。
Last I checked, we weren't the school baseball team.
つまり、
That
割
is...
といい加減なの。
Well, it was pretty irresponsible.
今日たまたまチームに欠員が出たって言うんでさ。
They happen to have some players who couldn't make it today.
それじゃあせっかくだからって言って急遽私たちが乱入することになったってわけよ。
They were pretty down in the dumps, so we ended up getting involved post-haste. I see. So there weren't enough members. Anyone could come to the rescue, whether boy or girl, and no matter what grade they were in. That jumbled together feeling was the hallmark of our school.
リカちゃんに聞いた話だと最初のうちは押しまくってたらしいじゃないか。
But Rika-chan told me we were crushing them at the beginning.
ミーはすごいバッターなのですよ。
Me is an amazing batter.
右へ左へホームランなのです。
She was hitting home runs left and right. Mion proudly stuck out her chest. Doing so seemed to hurt her somehow, and she groaned pathetically.
ええ、
Yes.
ミオンさんが登場するたびに走者一掃の大ホームランが飛び出すんですの。
Every time Mion-san went up to the bat, she hit a home run and brought everyone on the bases in.
サトコと違ってちゃんとバットにボールが当たるのですよ。
Unlike Satoko, she can actually hit the ball. That's a little mean-spirited, Rika.
リーカ、
Rika!
ミー。
I guess you would be in a bit of a bad mood after having been subjected to Reina for a few minutes. Alright, I think I got the gist of it.
あの甲子園ピッチャーが登場するまでは楽勝ムードだったというわけだ。
So you were having a pretty easy time until that Koshien pitcher showed up.
そういうこと。
That's right.
序盤は完全にうちのチームの流れで
It,
ね。
it was all us at the beginning.
点にはならないまでもガンガン出塁して攻めまくってたんだけどね。
Maybe we didn't get all that many points, but we were always getting people on the bases.
たまたまね、今日の試合にあの亀田くんが見物に来てたの。
And Kamada-kun just happened to show up to watch the game today. Apparently Kamada attends a fairly well-known school in our prefecture that frequently sent people to Koshien. And this man, known as the ace of their baseball team, Kamada, or Kamida, seemed to be quite skilled. Now that I thought about it, it was certainly strange to see cameramen with journalist armbands here to watch a casual baseball game on the sticks like this.
亀田は小さい頃沖宮タイタンズにいたことがあるのだそうです。
I heard that when Kamada was little, he was on the Okinomiya Titans.
話は見えてきたでしょ。
You figured it out, right?
昔のチームが劣勢になって、つまりそれで飛び入りでリリーフ登板することになって。
His old team was losing, so that's why he jumped in as relief pitcher and took the mound.
もうバッタバッタよ。
Now it's just terrible.
出塁は愚か、ファールも打てないありさまなわけ。
We can't even hit any foul balls, much less get anyone on base.
でも
But still,
甲子園ピッチャーの乱入なんて草野球の試合でずるいですわよ。
a Koshien pitcher barging in. It's unfair. We're just playing for fun. All the boys wearing the Hinamizawa fighters uniform were hanging their heads in disappointment. I knew almost all of their faces. Isn't everyone here a classmate? Oh, I see. We're the only school in Hinamizawa after all.
富田君に岡村君じゃないか。
Oh, it's Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun.
君たちも野球チームだったのか。
You were on the baseball team too?
前原さん。
Maibara-san. His uniform was brand new, not very dirty, fresh off the presses. I could see handmade banners with their names written on them in the grandstands. I see. Their families came to root for them in their debut game today.
岡村のバットは今日のためにお父さんがプレゼントしてくれたそうなのですよ。
Okamura said he just got his bat today as a present from his dad. The brand new bat sparkled. That kind of present, a man just has to perform well.
いっぱい今日のために素振りとかしてきましたのよ。
He practiced swinging a whole lot, just for today.
富田さんなんかやりすぎて手の皮が抜けちゃって、ほら気の毒に。
Tomata-san, well, he went too far. And he tore the skin off his hand, see? Unfortunately, dear God, what the hell happened? His torn hand looked like it hurt, but from that injury, you could sense his backbone. Get it, guys. You wanted to make your big moment a good one. Room! The savior of Okinomiya Titans. We'll hear the sounds of this Kameda-kun's tremendous fastball practice. This was no joke. He was definitely on a level far above high school kids. But at his level, he clearly shouldn't have been interrupting a grass lot game, grudge match though it may have been. He should have understood how much better he was too.
あいつ
This guy.
こいつら相手にも本気で投げやがったのか。
Was he being serious against opponents like these?
うん。
Yep.
レナはこんなの大人げないと思う。
Reina thinks it's immature. Reina's eyes grew harsh. It took a lot to get Reina mad. As for Tomata-kun and Okamura-kun, they were sniffling, fighting back tears. We heard another tremendous noise from the mitt. I turned around, and this left-armed Kameda-kun guy was looking at us and grinning boldly.
というわけよ。
Anyway, that's how it is. I don't know, Keiichi. I think we may be well out of our game with this one.
こうなったらやるしかないでしょ。
Now it's come to this. We have no choice.
実戦態勢で。
We have to engage in real battle.
あ
Yeah.
どうやら本気で行くしかないな。
Looks like we have to get serious.
でね、
Yep. And then
本気で言ってみたの。
we tried getting serious.
それでみーちゃんが大自爆して。
But then Mi-chan went out with a bang. Neon, embarrassed, scratched her head. Then a moment later, doubled over in pain.
自爆って一体何をどう自爆したらこんなに大怪我できるんだ？
Went out with a bang. But how on earth did she end up getting injured like this?
説明するととてつもなく長いですわね。
It would take a really long time to explain.
一つ言えるのはここまでして戦果なしということくらいですわね。
One thing I can say is that she came up empty even though she pushed herself that hard.
ここまで体を張ったのに
I risked my
1点も
life.
入れられないなんて。
And I couldn't even get 1 point. I'm sorry to hear that.
せっかくの秘策も台無しでかわいそうなのです。
Our secret plan did nothing, and now we're very sad. You sure look sad, huh? Don't you, Rika? I couldn't even imagine what sort of secret plan it was. But it must have been crazy enough to get her that badly hurt.
でもまあ
Still though,
失敗したおかげでまだ野球でいられるんだろ。
we're still playing baseball thanks to you failing, right? Yep.
ちょっとみーちゃんの奥の手は野球らしくなかったと思うかな。
Maybe Mi-chan's last resort wasn't very baseball-like, I think.
かな。
I think.
こうなっては仕方ないでございましょう。
We have no recourse now, do we?
ここは正々堂々野球らしく決着をつけるしかないということですわ。
It means that we need to settle the score front and center, in a manner befitting a baseball game.
そうそう。
That's right.
野球らしく蹴りをつけないとね。
We had to settle it like baseball. I think normal people would have given up and gone for a frontal attack. But as a member of our club, I wasn't about to accept that so easily. And you better come up with a good fucking plan, because the way I see it, you're all screwed.
野球らしくってのが引っかかるぞ。
Like baseball? I don't know.
野球らしく見えれば手段は問わない。
If we look at it like a baseball game,
っ
then
てことだろ。
we can't be picky, can we?
私たちの部の信条だし。
It's our club's creed, after all.
そういうことですわね。
That's correct.
手段を選ばないことこそ我が部の美徳でございましたよ。
We can't be picky. That's the virtue of our club. Rain and Satoko laughed to each other delightfully. It wasn't really a virtue we could brag about, but the best thing about our club was that we never rolled over and gave up.
でもカメラがずらーりといるからなかなかズルはできないのです。
But the cameras are all watching very closely, so it'll be hard to cheat. Rika-chan spread her arms wide, indicating the array of reporters in the bleachers. She was right. With all those cameramen watching us through those cameras with giant telephoto lenses, foul play would be fairly tough.
そうそう。
That's right.
それがネックだったんだよ。
That's the bottleneck.
これだけの囚人監視があると、なかなか大胆な手が取れないし。
Everyone's eyes are on us, but we can't be too bold.
いてててててて。
Ow.
みーちゃんの手は決しておしとやかだとは思わなかったけどな。
I never did think Mi-chan's ways were very ladylike, though. Satoko and Rika-chan both nodded behind Rina.
じゃあここで本題に戻るぞ。
Then let's get down to business.
今我がチームは1点差で負けてるんだよな。
Our team is down one run right now.
しかももう9回の裏でアウトも2個取られちゃってるの。
Plus, it's the bottom of the ninth, and we already have 2 outs.
おじさんの作戦がうまくいってれば、今頃は満塁のはずなんだけどな。
This old man's plan had gone better. We'd have our bases loaded right about now.
失敗した作戦を嘆いても始まりませんですのよ。
There's no point lamenting a failed plan.
へこたれず次の手を打ってこそ我が部でございましたよ。
Our club never loses heart, and always goes on to the next one. Satoko said eagerly, trying to cheer up the downcast Mion, whose secret plan had failed. It may have failed, but Satoko still seemed to have another.
サトコがなかなか威勢がいいじゃないか。
Satoko, you seem pretty cheerful.
ってことは何か奥の手
Which
があるってことか。
means you've got something up your sleeve, eh?
ケイチ君、
Keiichi-kun,
この子を誰だと思ってるのかな。
who do you think she is? An evil genius?
サトコちゃんだよ。
It's Satoko-chan, you know.
北条サトコちゃん。
Satoko Hoju-chan. I was right. We called her Trapmaster Satoko, didn't we? She would ensnare her opponent at the perfect moment. The very end. Everyone in our club knew that we could never, ever let our guards down against Satoko.
私が仕込んだとはいえ、末恐ろしく成長してくれたもんだよ。
I may have taught her, but she's grown a lot. It doesn't seem to want to stop.
僅差を制することに関しては、私でも舌を巻く時があるね。
Sometimes I'm even astonished at how she overcomes such slim margins.
ちなみに次の打者がミーでその次の打者がサトコなのです。
By the way, me bats next, then Satoko. We were losing by 1 point, so if you could get the next runner on a base, then the runner after that could hit a big one and end the match. And that final batter was Satoko?
ね
See?
勝てそうな気がしてきたでしょ
You feel like we can win now, right?
どういう仕掛けか想像もつかんが、絶対何かの罠だと断言できる。
I can't imagine what she's got set up, but it's gotta be some kind of trap for sure. Took the words right out of my mouth.
俺が敵のピッチャーなら絶対に敬遠だ。
If I were the opposing pitcher, I'd definitely walk her. There was no way Satoko was going to hit a home run, even in my dreams. But if she was going to stand in the batter's box normally, without any kind of plan, I can't think of anything else she could do.
その聡子が俺を呼び出したということは。
And the fact that you called me here.
なるほど。
I see.
読めてきたぜ。
I think I know where this is going. I think I do too. It meant that I was a necessary piece of Satoko's trap.
ワクワクするね。
I'm excited.
さとこちゃんどんなことをするのかな
I wonder what Satoko will do. Will do.
僕もさとこのさよならホームランが楽しみなのです。
I can't wait to see Satoko's walk-off home run either.
そのためにはケイちゃんの働きが欠かせない。
Kei-chan is indispensable for this.
わかるね。
Understand?
これが逆転の最後のチャンス。
This is our last chance at creating an upset.
絶対に失敗できない。
We absolutely cannot fail.
おう、
Right!
分かってるぜそんなこと。
That much I know for sure.
見てろ。
Just watch.
俺と聡子ででっかい大逆転を拝ませてやるぜ。
Satoko and I will give you all front row seats to the greatest turnaround victory of all time.
ではケイチさん、これから手順を説明しますわ。
Then I'll explain your instructions, Keiichi-san.
ちょっとお耳を拝借しましたよ。
Lend me your ear for a moment. Satoko and I huddled up in a hidden place and held a briefing that anyone watching could tell was suspicious.
前原さんと北条は何を話してるんだろう。
I wonder what Maebara-san and Hojo are talking about.
委員長みたいにとんでもない奥の手で自爆しないことを祈るよ。
I pray it's not some crazy trick like the one the president used. Our teammates, Tomoto-kun and Okamura-kun, seemed very nervous. Rena gave them a wide smile, trying to dispel their anxiety.
大丈夫だよみんな。
It'll be okay, everyone.
さとこちゃんとケイチくんならきっとやり遂げてくれるから。
Satoko-chan and Keiichi-kun will be able to pull this off for us.
でも龍吾さん、相手は甲子園級のピッチャーなんですよ。
Ryugu-san, we're up against a Koshien pitcher.
いくら北条が得意の罠にはめようとしても。
I don't know if Satoko's traps will be much good.
まあみんな黙って見てなって。
Now, everyone, be silent and watch.
面白いゲームが見られるからね。
You're gonna get to see an interesting game. Mion, who knew everything about to transpire, looked like she was having a hard time stifling the laughter bubbling up within her. She was so terrifying as an enemy, but so reliable as an ally. Mion waved her hands at the umpire.
代打が出ます。
We got a pinch hitter.
私、園崎美音に代わって前原圭一で。
I, Mion Sonozaki, am switching out with Keiichi Maebara.
本当に彼で大丈夫なんですか?
Are you sure he'll be all right? The umpire turned an uneasy gaze on the pinch hitter, who had jumped in with a golf club. You're actually going to use a golf club, just like I was hoping for.
ケイチくんは甘く見ない方がいいですよ。
Don't underestimate Keiichi-kun now. The members of our club were the only ones grinning with wholehearted confidence. Satoko's plan was definitely simple, but scrupulous. It even looked like the entire situation had gone according to her calculations. The fact that we were losing by 1 point. The fact that I come late. fact that Satoko was the last batter. It even felt kind of like this had been set up before the game started. There had been a lot of time since I got here. Okay, making sure I read that right. And during that time, the opposing pitcher, Kamada-kun, took a bathroom break. Even that felt calculated. No, this is Satoko we're talking about, so maybe she made him drink controlled laxatives to get him to use the bathroom at this exact moment. And while he was a long way off, shut up in the bathroom, our plan would begin. The opposing pitcher, Kamada-kun. There he was. In front of the urinal, pleasantly taking care of business. He thought it was only natural he would win at a grass-locked game like this, and relaxed enough to relieve himself without a care in the world. Maybe that was supposed to be his appeal. However, his relaxed state was itself our chance. Right now, you've already conceded to our club. I, too, casually walked into the bathroom. There were 3 urinals. Kamada-kun was doing his business at the farthest one. I went to the one next to him. Normally, he would leave one urinal open. Kamada-kun seemed to notice me. I stood right next to him, after all.
なんだ、誰かと思えば大ピンチヒッター様じゃないか。
What? Look who it is, the big pinch hitter. I don't like you already. He recalled seeing me swinging the golf club around like an idiot, and he couldn't seem to resist the urge to laugh. I, however, wasn't frustrated in the slightest. The match had already been won the moment I arrived. The game had been decided as a big upset for our team. So now, all I had to do was push things along exactly how Satoko planned. I'm the one who should be laughing.
Keiichi-kun, うまくやれるかな?
I wonder if Keiichi-kun can do it. Do what?
大丈夫でしたよ。
He'll be fine.
本気のケイイチさんならこんなの朝飯前ですわ。
When Keiichi-san is serious, he can do this much before breakfast. Tomoto-kun and Okamura-kun, our underclassmen, asked another question with much trepidation.
本当に前原さんはあのピッチャーを攻略できるんですか?
Is Maibara-san really going to be able to beat that pitcher?
あんたたち、ケイちゃんと同じクラスで生活してて何にも感じないわけ?
You don't feel any confidence in Kei-chan after being in the same class with him?
彼はね、ゆくゆくはあの力で世界を制するかもしれない。
Someday, he could be strong enough to control all of humanity. And there's a terrifying prospect.
ケイちゃんと組めば、世界制覇は容易だな。
Join Kei-chan, and you could easily rule the world. The world? Our teammates exchanged glances. Don't tell me you're actually falling for this shit. Did Maibara-senpai really have such incredible strength? Obviously not. Just what kind of strength could that be? My question caused Kamada-kun to stare in bewilderment, and for a moment, he didn't know what to say.
悪い。
Sorry,
ちょっとよく聞こえなかった。
I don't think I heard you right.
もう一度言ってくれるか?
Could you say that again? I smiled thinly. looked straight ahead and said it once more, clearly.
もう一度だけ言う。
I'll say it one more time.
俺たちを勝たせろ。
Let us win. Right to the point. You're begging him to let you win. What are you planning? No threats or beating around the bush or anything. Kamada's brain couldn't figure out the meaning of what I'd said, and I could clearly tell he was confused.
バカも休み休み
What are you, some kind of moron?
俺たちを勝たせろだ
Let you win?
お前正気か
Are you insane?
俺からの要求は伝えた。
I've relayed our
返
demands.
事はどっちだ？
What's your reply?
イエスか
Yes
ノーか。
or no?
そんなの迷うまでもない
It goes without saying.
誰がお前らを勝たせるもんか
Like hell I'll let you win.
お前の頭は少し変じゃないのか
Is your brain broken? Kamaha didn't hide his bewilderment. He didn't want to be around someone who would babble on like this for another second. Those thoughts spilled into his expression, and he quickly moved to leave the bathroom.
亀田君、
Kamada-kun,
君にとって勝利は何だ？
what does victory mean for you?
決まってる
That's a dumb question.
尊く絶対的で至上目的だ
Priceless. Absolute. Supremacy.
それは他の何にも変えられない
Nothing else can change it. He grinned lightly as he answered, as if to make fun of me.
スポーツマンらしい返事だな。
How like a sportsman to say that.
勝利こそ絶対。
Victory.
何にも変えられないってわけだ。
Victory decides all. No one can change that.
そんなのは当たり前だろ
Of course not.
そんな脅しにも買収にも勝利を放棄させるような対価は存在しない
No matter what kind of threats or bribes you come to me with, there is nothing valuable enough to make me abandon victory. I was waiting for those words. I, after spinning around 3.5 times, pointed right at Kamada's face.
ならば聞くべきじゃないのか？
Then don't you think you should ask?
それほど尊い勝利を放棄させるに値する。
Something worth abandoning your precious victory for.
どんな対価が提供されるのかを。
What kind of compensation you could be given?
何よバカなこと
What are you saying, stupid?
そんなもの存在するわけがない
There's nothing that could make me do that. He was denying it, but he stopped. He stopped. He was waiting. He was waiting for me to present some attractive conditions.
君は雑誌のインタビューに好物は焼肉で嫌いなものは甘いものだと答えたらしいが。
In a magazine interview, you said your favorite foods are grilled meat, and that you don't like sweets.
それは嘘じゃないのかい？
But you lied about that, didn't you?
何
What?
例えば、君が焼肉食い放題に行ったとする。君が皿に持ってくるのは一体何だ？ロースか？カルビか？
For
牛タン
example,
の山か？
let's say you went to a grilled meat buffet. What exactly would be on your plate? Pork loin? Korean barbecue? A pile of beef tongue?
違うよな。
That wouldn't be it.
君が持ってくるのは肉じゃない。
You wouldn't bring meat with you.
食い放題のプリンやゼリーやケーキなのだ。
It would be all the pudding and gelatin and cake you could eat.
女の子が喜びそうな、綺麗で可愛らしくて愛くるしい。
The kinds a girl would love. Pretty, cute, and sweet.
そんな洋菓子が大好きなんだよな。
You love Western treats like that, don't you? Kamada's face turned utterly pale. I'm sorry, but how exactly is this? I feel like this is supposed to be scandalous in some way, but I'm failing to see how. Our club already knew that he ate a mountain of desserts when he went to the grilled meat buffet. And we were all well aware of his embarrassment at his weakness for sweets despite his age. Kamada-kun couldn't possibly have known that the particular grilled meat buffet chain in Shishibone was owned by a member of the Sonozaki family. Of course it was. I have to be careful when I go out to eat with my parents from now on. No! I love the hearty, bone-in! No!
お前が好きなのは色とりどりのクリームで優しく可愛らしく盛り付けられたデザートなのだ。
What you like is gentle, soft, cute piles of desserts topped with colorful creams.
まるでフリルやリボンで飾り付けられた
It almost
無垢な汚れを知らぬ少女を連想させる
makes you think of a
そんな
girl
透き通った少女のような可愛いデザート
adorned in frills and ribbons, pure, ignorant of shame. Cute desserts, like those girls, so clear and clean.
ニキビだらけの欲望丸出しのスポーツ狩りが怪我するようにバリバリとむしゃむしゃと
And with your acne-laden face, your sports cut, and your lust in full display, you sully them! Crunch, crunch, munch, munch! That's right!
お前はデザートを食べてめでているんじゃない
You eat desserts, but you don't love them!
怪し
You just dirty them,
蹂躙し
violate them,
しゃぶり尽くしているだけ
and chew them!
お前はデザートを怪我して楽しんでいるだけなんだ
All you do is relish in the enjoyment of soiling them! I'm not gonna lie, Kamada, you are a very strange little man. Please, no more. My secret! My secret pleasure has been found out! I can't go on living. I have to. I have to die! Before you do that, could you throw the match for me, please? You idiot! Don't end your life so easily! Kerslam. I hit him on the side of his head as hard as I could. Kamada-kun fell down like a girl. What does that even look like? I think all people fall down the same way, don't they? His eyes started watering, and he broke down.
こんな変なことを考えてデザートを食べているのはきっと世界で俺だけだ
I'm probably the only one in the world who thinks these things while eating desserts.
俺は爽やかなスポーツマンのふりをした隠れスケベなんだ
I'm nothing but a pervert pretending to be a proper sportsman.
そうだ
That's right.
お前はスケベだ
You're a pervert! This time I didn't hit him. Instead, I clapped my hands down onto his shoulders.
わめくなカメだ
Do not cry, Kamada!
男がスケベで何が悪い
What's wrong with a man being a pervert? Dun dun!
男はすべからくスケベだだがそれを認めるか否かで男の器は天と地の差を持つのだ
A man ought to be a pervert, but admitting it sets a man apart from those below him.
お前は自分に素直だった
You've been honest to yourself, but not the rest of the world, apparently.
それを自慢していい
You can brag about that.
威張っていい
You can be arrogant about it.
自分を誇りに思え
You can be proud of yourself. Instead of blaming him, I told him to have pride in himself. And Kamada-kun couldn't hide his confusion.
そうだそして俺はお前に感銘を受けたのだ デザートはただ単に食後に食べる甘いもの。今までずっとそう思ってた。それは間違ってた。
Yes, I have been deeply moved by what you showed me. Desserts are nothing but sweet foods eaten after meals. That's what I thought this whole time. But I was mistaken!
お前がそれを教えてくれたんだ。
And you showed me that!
お前に出会ったおかげで
Thanks to you, I
俺は
can!
明日から同じデザートを一味も二味も違った味わい方ができるようになるだろう。
Starting tomorrow, I'll be able to enjoy my desserts in a completely different way.
例えば
For example,
いちごのショートケーキ。
strawberry shortcake! Strawberry shortcake. Kamina's throat cried out.
いちごのショートケーキの地味さは
Hello, Angel Mort.
どこか古風なロックメーカー華やかなりし頃の正統派のメイドを思わせる。
The simplicity of strawberry shortcake. Indeed, it's somehow old-fashioned, like the orthodox maids from the gaudy times of the late 1800s.
スカートが短いこびた近代メイドじゃないぞ。
Not those flirty maids with short skirts we have now.
正統派の清掃の本格派。
An orthodox, fully dressed, authentic maid!
いちごしかありません。こんなものしかご用意で
It's
きま
just
せんが
strawberries.
どうかご賞味くださいませ。
But master...
というつつましやかさがいいよな。
But please, master, I could not prepare any more than this, so please give them a taste. That kind of honesty is unbelievably great!
ご賞味くださいませ。燃える。
God, I wonder... This shit you make me read. Please give them a taste. It's such a turn-on.
萌え
Turn-on.
いちごしかないからこそ柔らかく主張したクリームのデコレーションはさしずめ、フリルやレース、刺繍飾りのようなものだよな。
Because there are only strawberries, the soft, accented cream decoration ends up looking like frills, laces, and embroidery.
それを
And she
上品な
takes
貴
it
族のご主人様の
and
ように
splits it with her
フォー
fork
クで
for her
い
master,
やいや
an arrogant
それをベース
aristocrat.
に油汗を
No.
浮かせた悪のご主人様のようにしゃぶりつくところがワイルド
It
だ
would be
ろうな。
wilder if she took it and sucked on it vulgarly, like her bad master and his greasy sweat! I'm losing every semblance of shame reading this shit. I hope you're all happy.
いやそれより
No, more than that.
いちごを取った後のくぼみの方がいけてるよな。
The dent in the strawberry after plucking it. Isn't that even better?
そこに舌を這わせたらああ
And you let your tongue crawl over it. Ah!
それってどんな味なんだよ。
What kind of taste must that be? The dent.
いちごを取った後の
How do you pick a strawberry?
くぼみ。
俺もう辛抱できないや。
I can't hold it in anymore. You people are freaks, every one of you. Why do I tolerate this shit? Better yet, why am I enjoying it?
帰りはエンジェルモードでショートケーキを開けるまで見つめて
I'll go to Angel Mart on the way home and gaze at that shortcake until I'm sated.
俺のためだけに美しく着飾った少女
The
たちよ
girls dressed up beautifully just for me.
身を寄せ合って震える少女たちを一人ずつ順番に
I draw ever closer to the trembling maidens, and then, one by one, I show them.
一つ食べるごとに次はどの子にしようかと顎をこうふいと持って品定めをして
For every one I eat, I hold my jaw tight, just like this, and appraise the goods. Pointing to who to go for next. Apparently, whoever writes this shit must have a serious thing for food porn. Please translate girls as cake, alright? Keiichi-kun seems to be talking about cake combination platters. Emphasis mine.
めでるように
As if cherishing each one.
顎をこうクイッと持って
I hold my jaw tight like this and gulp. Has there ever been a man such as this who could speak so passionately about a single piece of strawberry shortcake? Honestly, probably not. No, there has not. There has never been, I say! Such passionate feelings are trying to melt away the stubbornness in Kamida's mind.
亀田
Kamida,
もう一度だけ言う
I'll say it one more time.
俺たちを勝たせろ
Let us win.
でもそれは
But that would...
あらもういい
Then fine.
お前には頼まん
I won't rely on you! I rejected Kamida outright and turned on my heel.
もういいやこの試合は負けだ負け
Enough! We've lost this game. It's over.
もうこんな試合どうでもいいや
I don't care about it anymore.
そんなことより試合が終わったらエンジェルモートに行って
Instead, once this game is over,
フリルとリボンで西洋人形のように飾られた美少女たち振り放題で行こうかな
instead, well, why don't I head down to Angel Mort and get all you can eat of those lovely young ladies, decorated like Western dolls in frills and ribbons.
今夜は豪華に徹底的に食い散らかし
Tonight will be the greatest feast I've ever known.
食い放題
All you can eat. Thud. Despite this being the bathroom, Kamida-kun put both his hands on the floor. I was wrong!
どうした亀田君
What's wrong, Kamida-kun?
言いたいことがあるならはっきりと言え
If you have something to say, then say it.
こんなあなたみたいな人に出会ったのは
This
初めてです
is the first time I met someone. Someone like you!
俺は今まで自分はどこか変じゃないかとずっと思って隠れて楽しんできたのに
Until now, I've always thought something was wrong with me. And I had to have fun secretly.
何を躊躇するか歪償が
What are you waiting for, you tiny man?
さっき言ったはずだ
I already
認め
said.
るか否かが男の分岐路なのだ貴様は胸を張れるべき男さあ手を差し出せ自らの偉大さを示してみろ
I already said! Admitting your perversion is what separates the boys from the men! You are a man entitled to pride! Now! Reach out your hand! And show me how great you really are!
俺と一緒に
Come with
俺
me
たちの世界を認めるんだ
and accept that it is our world! Clap! Kamida-kun was crying tears of gratitude, unable to speak. That was the moment we exchanged the most zealous handshake the world has ever known. The handshake of the blonde of our souls. Ardent and intense, tight and steadfast. For a long time, we remained that way. It was an enthusiastic handshake. As though we were two brothers separated at birth, embracing each other as tightly as though it would give us back the time we had spent apart. That was the moment the man who would pass into legend for eating so much during Angel Mort's all-you-can-eat dessert day that he was banned from the restaurant forevermore was born. He would eventually write in his autobiography that our meeting this day was fate. But none of that had anything to do with this.
じゃあ後でな
Then, until later.
とりあえず試合は今話した通りの手はずで頼むぜ
For now, Just play the game the way I described it. With just that, I turned on my heel and made to leave the bathroom. But then Kamada-kun stopped me.
待ってくれ
Wait!
せめてあんたの名前を聞かせてくれ
At least, tell me your name!
俺か
Who, me?
俺の名は前原圭一。
My name is Keiichi Maebara.
いや、
No. I kinda didn't feel like using my real name. After that impassionate speech, you'd have to have no shame at all to have your name attached to it. Anyway, maybe I should lie to him and use a code name.
俺のことは
Just call me
ケイと呼べ。
K. Very original name. K.
K
K. K. Wait. Was that actually an embarrassing name? I'll let you figure that out on your own. You're a smart boy. I left the bathroom behind me at a quick pace, hiding my embarrassment. But from what I heard later, I apparently looked quite gallant coming out like that.
さとこより圭一さんへ。
Satoko to Keiichi-san.
守備はどうでございましたの？
How did things go?
圭一より里子へ。
Keiichi to Satoko.
交渉は成功。
Negotiations successful.
エンジェルモートで俺と奴のデザート食い放題で妥結した。
We settled on he and I getting all-you-can-eat dessert at Angel Mort.
ミオ、問題ないな。
Mion, no problem, right?
エンジェルモートにデザート食べ放題で2席ね。
2 guests for Angel Mort's all-you-can-eat dessert. If we're actually gonna visit Angel Mort at some point, I wonder if we'll run into Shion again.
了解。
Roger that.
手配しとくよ。
I'll set it up.
どういう風に交渉したのか、実に気がかりなのです。
I'm actually quite interested in how you negotiated with him. You're better off not knowing, Rika. It will sully your soul. And I'll just leave it at that. Because let me tell you, I feel kind of sullied, and I've seen and read a lot of shit.
きっとデザートの美味しい話で盛り上がったに違いないかな。
They had a really fun talk about how delicious dessert is, probably. Probably. Huh? After that, the game started again. I entered the batter's box as a pinch hitter in place of Mion. But all the pieces were already in place. Room! The straight pitch whipped by me like a bullet, true to its name. The camera's people raised their voices in wonder and clicked their shutters. A sharp pitch, as always. He's really going places this summer, isn't he? That golf club pinch hitter is standing straight up to... Hee. But doesn't Kamada-kun look a little strange? I can picture it now. His face is very intense and maybe a little pink. It's like he's got a cold sweat. I patted my shoulders with my bat, then sneered at him in a relaxed voice.
どうした亀田君。
What's wrong, Kamada-kun?
今日は不調かな？
Not feeling well today. Oh, that's what you look like? I guess I pictured somebody with less freckles. Gah.
この程度の球じゃ笑っちゃってバットを振る気にもならないぜ。
I couldn't swing the ball. I couldn't swing at the ball because I was too busy laughing at it. Was that all you got?
おのれ
You little... Room! The next pitch. With the same incredible speed as before, it curved sharply, and should have thrown off the batter's skill. But Keiichi didn't move at all. He just watched coolly.
直球投手に小細工は不要だよ、亀田君。
You don't need any little tricks on a straight pitch, Kamada-kun.
こんなカーブに引っかかってくれるのかい？
Do people fall for those curves a lot?
この辺りのバッターは
Batters around here, that is. Both the reporters and all the people watching noticed something was strange here. Was Oshima's Kamada, the pitcher who conquered Koshien, losing the mental battle? He already lost it, my friends. You just don't know it. The next straight pitch had incredible speed again, but it went a little wild. It was a ball! I snorted, not even bothering to get ready for it.
どうした亀田くん？
What, Kamada-kun?
そんなにど真ん中が怖いのかい？
Scared of going right down the middle?
まさか天下の亀田くんがフォアボールなんてことはないだろうな。
Everyone calls you the best. You never walk the batter.
くそー
Shit! Murmur, murmur, murmur. The abnormal, unexpected situation spread confusion throughout the reporters.
何者だよ、あの前原圭
What
一
is
って
he?
男は。
Who is this Keiichi Maebara?
あの剛速球を前にしてここまでの余裕とは。
How could he be so relaxed when faced with that supreme fastball?
叶わないと見て空威張りをしてるだけさ。
He's just bluffing. He knows he can't win.
あんな不真面目そうな男にあの亀田が打たれるはずはない。
Kamada would never throw a ball that an insincere guy like that could hit.
いや、私ははったりとは思えないな。
No, I don't think it's a bluff.
超一流は同じく超一流を見抜くという。
They say that at a high level, you can see right through others.
あの亀田は紛れもなく超一流。
Kamada is, without a doubt, one of the best.
ならばこそ、あの謎の男の進化を見抜ける。
Which must mean he can see through that mysterious man's true value. A really business person looking guy took off his sunglasses and gazed upon Keiichi.
まさか本当に？
Is this? Could it be? The idiot pinch hitter who came in cheering them on with a golf club was actually a genius? Apparently.
きっと本人はもう野球に魅力を失い、ゴルフへの転向を希望しているのだろう。
I'm sure baseball has long since lost its charm for him, and now he's trying to switch over to golf.
天才スラッガー、ゴルフ界へ移籍か。
A genius slugger making a transfer into the golf world. What a tremendous loss for baseball. Stop the presses! We're changing up our sports columns. Room!
ボール
Ball!
これでフルカウントだぞ。
That's a full count. This excessive production was, of course, all being dramatized by Satoko. The big shots constantly had their eyes on Kamada-kun. If you were to lose easily, they knew the match would have to have been fixed. Perhaps she wanted this little play of ours to create a mood where it wouldn't be strange for Kamada-kun to lose, but...
さとこ、
Satoko,
これどう見てもやりすぎだぞ。
isn't this going too far?
頑張れてございましたよ、ケイイチさん。
Do your best now, Keiichi-san.
明日の休会は行っただけですわ。
Today, this game, tomorrow, of all baseball. I don't want any scouts actually coming for me. I'm terrified what would happen when the jig is up. Wait, I can't be making nervous faces right now.
ボール、
Ball!
フォアボール。
Base on balls!
臆したか亀田くん。
Have you gotten scared, Kamada-kun?
見損なったぞ。
I thought you were better than this. Kamada-kun hung his head in feigned dejection.
ケイさん、これでバッチリ筋書き通りですよね。
Kei-sen, I did all this according to plan, right?
ああ、
Yeah.
警戒したぞ亀田くん。 この調子で次のバッターも頼むぞ。こんな試合とっとと終わらせて。
Well done, Kamada-kun. Keep going like this for the next batter. Let's wrap this thing up, and then...
早く食べ放題に行きましょうよ。
We'll go get all we can eat. Grin. Kamada-kun and I exchanged evil smiles. For some reason, there were a lot of camera flashes right then. It seemed like our dear journalist friends took it as two worthy rivals smiling to acknowledge each other's strength. As I tried over the first base, the camera flashes continued almost to the point where they were annoying. When I got to first base, one of the reporters came over for an interview.
Maibara-kun.
Maibara-kun!
この亀田君との決着は甲子園でつけるつもりですか?
Do you plan on settling the score of Kamada-kun and Koshien? Ugh. Things seem like they're about to get too big for me. Maybe I should just be honest and confess that I'm not really into baseball.
甲子園?
Koshien?
俺は日本球界なんて初めから興味ないんだ。
I've never been interested in Japanese baseball.
悪いな。
Sorry. Whoa! This man, right from the start, he was always aiming for the world! He might become Japan's first ever big leaguer. What? The conversation was getting frantically out of hand. Oh, I don't care anymore. I'll strike a guts pose for the cameras in desperation.
よっしゃ
Yes!
作戦通りケイちゃんが出塁したね。
Keiichi got on base, just as planned.
次はさとこちゃんの打順だね。
Next, Satoko-chan is at bat.
どうするんだろう。
What will she do?
どうするんだろう。
What will she do?
さあ、
Alright then.
でっかいホームランでサヨナラ勝ちですわよ。
Time to get that walk-off home run and win it all. Satoko stepped up to the plate, waving the bat around. The reporters couldn't hold back their laughter. Maybe because they had just seen his battle with me. Maibara-kun finally got on base, but now it's all over. I see. So this is why Kamada-kun intentionally walked him. He didn't even fight it. He waited for an easier opponent for the final out. But to avoid a direct confrontation like that, we cannot make light of him. That Keiichi Maibara!
さあ、
Alright.
亀田さん、いらっしゃいませ。
Come now, Kameda-san.
バカにするな。
You making fun of me?
俺を誰だと思っているんだ?
Who do you think I am, anyway? A really, really, really big food pervert.
ケイサ! いや、
Keisa! No!
前原さんならともかく、お前ごときに遅れなど取るものか!
Maibara-san was one thing. But you think I'll lose to the likes of you? Whenever this girl stepped up to bat, she had swung wildly and missed, striking out every time. This might sound rude, but however much Kamada-kun holds back, I don't think she'll be able to hit a home run. I could hear the reporters declaring that there was no way a comeback would happen. Wait, what? Satoko? She swung wildly and missed every single time she stepped up to bat? Room! She swung after the sound had ended, completely mistiming it. I could hear disappointed voices coming from those rooting for Hinamizawa. It's only natural. Every single batter has struck out. Even if worse came to worst, no one would get a hit. And that's why it didn't sound strange when Kamada-kun said this.
お前ごときに本気で投げても仕方がないな。
I can't take it seriously with someone like you.
チャンスだ。
I'll give you a chance.
次の一球は 下投げでのんびり投げてやる。
I'll throw the next one slow and underhanded.
一発くらいヒットを打ってお母ちゃんに自慢できる種にさせてやる。
I'll let you get a hit or two so you can go home and brag to mommy. Of course, these lines were all part of the plot too. From out of the corner of his eye, Kamada-kun gave me a look. Was that all right?
Ah.
Yeah.
いい感じだぞ。
You did
実に
great.
さりげない。
It looked very natural.
お主も演技派よの。
Kamada, you're a splendid actor.
いえいえ、計算ほどではとてもでへへへ。
No. Compared to Kei-san, I'm nothing. Got that right. Even that exchange was seen as heated and enthusiastic by the reporters.
でも計算、いくら手を抜いて投げても、この子本当に打てるんですかね？
But Kei-san, however slowly I pitch, can this girl really hit it?
いいからお前は決められた通りに投げろ。俺にはなんとなく分かってる。
Don't worry and throw the ball like we planned. I think I've got a good idea how this will turn out. Our exchange over, Kamada-kun moved from set position into a pitching stance. Come then.
手加減の球を投げなさいな。
Throw your merciful pitch.
大ホームランにして差し上げますわ。
I'll hit a huge home run off of it. What's with the... What, piece of grass? What do you got in your mouth, What do you got in your mouth? I feel like I should know what that is, but I don't. She had struck out every time she was at bat. When I heard that, my vague ideas became firm beliefs. Out of Kamada-kun's hand comes a slow, lazy pitch, as though they were playing catch. Normal people would probably be able to hit it, but for Satoko, who would have been striking out the whole time? Just when people start to think that way, the members of our club had already realized that Satoko's trap had begun. It was true. Striking out constantly today had all been laying the groundwork for this moment. An act. All to make it feel like Kamada-kun letting off the gas wasn't strange at all. Which meant, in other words, that Satoko. Crack! Damn. Definitely a home run. Whoa! She got it! Look at it go!
走る必要もありませんわね。
I don't even need to run, do I? The super huge home run Satoko hit disappeared over the roof of the school. The reporters lost their words at the sight. I'm impressed that you have the strength for that. Holy shit. And then, roars of applause. Despite this being what we'd anticipated, I can't help but stare in mute amazement at the gorgeous home run. Satoko strutted over to first base.
ほらほら、何をしてますの、ケイイチさん。
Come on, what are you doing, Keiichi-san?
二塁は向こうでございますのよ。
Second base is that way.
さとこお前、野球得意なんだろ。
Satoko, you're really good at baseball. Well, considering that her older brother had a baseball bat, I would be willing to wager that at least one of them played baseball as a hobby or something. In which case, if Satoko participated in that too, I'm not exactly surprised that she has some skill in baseball. Satoko grinned, showing her fang-like canines in reply. Come to think of it, she played baseball a lot of Tomita-kun and the others during lunch, didn't she? The fact that they've always invited her to play meant she was by no means bad at it.
それを全て大振りの凡退だ。
And You purposely struck out all those times?
しかも亀田くんが登場する前からだろ。
Since before Kamada-kun even got here?
たく、つくづく最後の最後に何か仕掛けるやつ
Jeez,
だな。
you really got something for every occasion. How could you plan that far ahead?
いつも言ってましたよ。
That's kind of stretching my willing suspension of disbelief a bit. I say this all the time, do I not?
罠は一つ。
I only have one trap.
それも最後の最後で本当にさりげないくらいで十分なんでしたよ。
And when everything is about to come to a conclusion, it's enough that I don't even have to worry. Damn it. It sounded kind of cool. Basically, she was just bragging about hitting the ball. But when Satoko did it, it looked so cool. We crossed home plate in order. Me, then Satoko, and completed our walk-off home run. Our teammates welcomed us back with their blessings. Meibara-san! That was amazing. Totally cool. I never thought it would happen. Tomota-kun and Okamura-kun praised me.
どうだ見たかよ富田くん、岡村くん。
How about that, Tomota-kun? Okamura-kun?
見事ひっくり返してやったぜ。
I turned things around just fine.
レナもかっこよかったと思うよ。お疲れ様。
Rana thinks you were cool too. Good work.
なんだ
Ha!
こんなの軽い仕事だぜ。
It was nothing. I briskly clapped my hand against Reina's outstretched palm.
さとこもあっぱれ。
Satoko did brilliantly too.
最後は豪快に決めてくれたね。
She gave us a spectacular ending.
私を誰だとお思いですの？
Who do you think I am? Man, can't underestimate her. Satoko Hoju.
ケイちゃんも見事だったよ。
Kei-chan was great too,
よくあの亀田を口説き落とせたね。
winning Kamada over like that.
口先の魔術師なのです。
He is a magician of words. Hey, fucking men to that.
リカちゃんそれ褒め言葉じゃないと思うな。
Rika-chan, I don't think that's a compliment.
しかし本当に
But really,
ケイイチさんでなくてはできない荒技ですわね。
only Keiichi-san could have pulled off such a drastic move.
私にはとても真似できませんわ。
I wouldn't have been able to do it myself.
ぜひ今度私にもご教授いただきたいですわね。
I would very much like you to teach me sometime.
あんな荒技をサトコがこなしたら想像するのも恐ろしい。
If Satoko learned such displays of power, it's terrifying to even imagine.
くれぐれも真似はしないでくれよな。
I prefer it if you didn't mimic me. After declaring the match over, the umpire came to us.
いや、まさか本当に勝てるとは。
Well, I never. You actually won.
驚きましたよ。
I'm shocked.
さとこなら打てるって言ったでしょ。
We said Satoko could hit, didn't we?
全然信じてくれないんだからな。
You didn't believe us at all. The umpire scratched his head apologetically and apologized to Satoko, smiling dryly.
それにケイイチくんだってすごかったでしょ。
And Keiichi-kun was amazing too, wasn't he?
ケイイチくんってここ一番で本当に頼りになる人なんですよ。
Keiichi-kun is actually the most reliable person here.
いやー、ゴルフクラブで乱入してきた時は本当に大丈夫かと思いましたけど。
Well, when I saw him come in with that golf club, I certainly had my doubts, but...
あの亀田くんとの行き詰まる攻防は手に汗を握りましたよ。
That breathtaking battle against Kamada-kun had me on the edge of my seat. Right, that breathtaking farce. I quirked a wry smile. Not even the Buddha would have realized that while everyone thought this was a fair match. Kamada-kun and I were thinking about our evil dessert-violating ways.
さて監督、
Excuse me, coach?
約束ちゃんと覚えてるよね。
You remember our promise, do you not?
これは
Yeah, this
仕方があ
is...
りませんね。
Guess I have no choice.
やったねやったね。
We did it! We did it!
ケイチくん、これで明日はバーベキュー大会だよ。
Keiichi-kun, this means we're having a barbecue meetup tomorrow. Oh, sweet. Reina clapped her hands, and we all began to dance with joy. Tomita-kun and our other teammates were jumping up and down too.
なんだなんだ
What was that about?
バーベキュー大会
Barbecue meetup?
おいおい、一体どういう話になってるんだ
Hey, what on earth are you talking about?
今日の試合に勝てたら高級お肉いっぱいのバーベキュー大会を振る舞ってくださるって約束になってましたの。
We made a promise that if we won today's game, he'd treat us to a barbecue party with all kinds of high-class meats.
亀田さんの登場で一時は危うかったですが、ケイチさんの活躍で見事獲得できましたのよ。
It wasn't looking good for a while when Kamada-kun appeared, but thanks to Keiichi-san, we've won that privilege. I see. So that's what this was about. It was certainly not a game we could have lost.
入江は大散財でかわいそかわいそなのです。
Irie's big wallet will be so sad. So sad. Oh yes it will. I'm sure.
参ったな。でも約束ですからね。
You're right about that. But I did make a promise.
私たちは食うときは情け容赦なく食うからね。
When we eat, we do it without any mercy.
何しろ育ち盛りだし。
We need to feed our growing bodies after all.
いいかいみんな。
Alright everyone.
明日は徹底的に食いまくるよ。
Tomorrow, we dine like kings. Yeah! All the members of the Hinamizawa fighters raised their fists high in the air and cheered. Rika-chan was petting the head of the umpire, who was smiling painfully at the off-kilter remarks. He gave her his head, and he looked like he was about to cry. It looked like the price of victory would be pretty big.
参ったな。
You beat me,
でも仕方ないね。約束ですから。
but I have no choice since I promised.
お肉とかを買いにお買い物に行かないとな。
Guess I should go shopping for some meat.
監督、約束通り牛肉は高級なのお願いね。
Coach, get some grade A beef like you promised.
野菜ばっかり買って安上がりにしたら許さないからね。
We won't forgive you if you buy nothing but vegetables to keep it cheap. Boo-hoo. The umpire, whom they were calling Coach, grinned dryly, crestfallen. Umpire? Coach? The uniform he was wearing had Hinamizawa fighters written on it. Oh, so he's not just the umpire. He was actually our team's coach.
前原くんでよかったですか？
Hi, Barakun. Is that all right?
お名前。
Can I call you that?
あ、はい。
Yeah.
前原くんの出塁がなければありえない逆転でした。
This comeback wouldn't have happened were it not for you getting on base.
ぜひ明日のバーベキューにはいらしてください。
Please, come to tomorrow's barbecue.
いやいや、それよりも
No, besides that,
ぜひうちのチームに入りませんか？
would you please consider joining the team?
あなたとなら喧嘩を制覇できるかも。
If you were with us, we could dominate the whole prefecture.
監督監督、まあその話は置いといて。
Coach, let's leave that aside for now.
今はお財布の心配だけをなさいませ。
You should be more worried about your wallet. Despite the coach being an adult, everyone seemed to get along very well with him. Coach, huh?
よろしくお願いしますね。
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
ひなみざわファイターズ監督の入江ですよ。
I'm Irie, coach of the Hinamizawa fighters. He extended his hand to me. I firmly grasped it with my own in reply.
前原です。
Maibara,
よろしく。
nice to meet you. Then, the coach took his other hand and began to stroke mine softly.
すべすべなお手手ですね。
What smooth hands you have. I don't think he consented to this.
きめも細かいし、お手入れも実にいい感じです。
Such a narrow grain, and you truly take good care of them.
はあ、さわさわ。
Silky smooth. Have a thing for hands, do you?
は
Huh?
ちょっと
Hey, wait!
当家のメイドたちにもこれくらいの肌のお手入れはするよう厳命しなくてはいけないですね。
I must strictly instruct our maids to take good care of their skin as well.
お手入れの悪いメイドたちにはお仕置きお仕置き。
And punish the bad ones who don't.
メイド
Maids?
何の話をしているんですか
What are you talking about?
はあ、こんなすべすべな手でご奉仕ご
Such
奉
velvety
仕。
hands.
はあ。
Just want to put them to work. The coach's eyes were spellbound, and as his delusions floated through his very own original magical universe, he made a supremely satisfied smile. How do I put this? Who the hell is this guy?
面食らってる面食らってる。
You look so flustered. Can you blame him?
監督はちょっと変わってる人なの。
Our coach is a little strange. I
で
can
も
tell.
とっても面白い人なんだよ。
But he's really funny, you know? You know? I felt like you couldn't measure him by saying strange or funny. I really don't think we'd get along. Snap! The other self in my mind made a witty retort for some reason.
ほら、
Come on,
いい加減になさいませ。
settle down already.
ケイチさんも嫌がっておりましたよ。
You're making Keiichi-san uncomfortable.
はあ。すべすべ。
Silky smooth. The coach didn't try to take his hands off mine until Satoko hit him with a threefold wash bucket attack, causing him to faint. What a game. I sure as hell wasn't expecting to also find myself reading food porn. New tips unlocked. Satoko's trap course advanced. Oh boy! More traps! But we're going to save that along with the next segment of Chapter 3 for the next episode. Once again, very entertaining, if shameful episode. And by shameful, I mean, well, I felt awkward reading a good bit of that dialogue in the bathroom. But at the same time, I can't deny it was also kind of fun to read as well, hamming it up a good bit. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 3. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you all next time. Take care.